Hello guys, welcome to another exciting tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to be diving into the world of designing movie poster with Pixellab. With the concept of creating a movie poster, we are going to be using 3 different apps for this tutorial. We are going to be using our base app, which is Pixellab. We are going to be using Snapseed for editing, and we are also going to be using the PSCC Touch app for some little advanced editing as well. So without further ado, let's dive into today's tutorial. So we are going to specify the size of the movie poster. That will be the first thing to do. So we'll go to our background editor and then we go to image size. So the size we are going to be using is 1788. That's the width. That's the width. And the height is going to be 2682. Going to be 2682. So you make sure that you have the aspect ratio of 2:3. So that is it. So when you click on OK, you have these guys here. So now let's start designing. So let's bring in the main the background. Let's bring in the background. So this is the first background I'm going to be using. So click on check mark, go to your background editor and go to register size. Increase it to 100, the height and width to 100, and then position it to the center as well. So make sure you lock it. So once you position it to the center, go to the opacity, reduce the opacity to 57. So I'm going to tell you the reason why later on. So let's bring in the second image. So let's go to our gallery. So this is the second background image. Just click on check mark, go to relative positioning as well, increase both of them to 100. Now position it. Now the second background we imported is not up to the size of the first background. So what you are going to do now is what you make sure you scale up again. So I have to make sure that the second one you bring in is covering it's covering the first one we brought in. Now so that's this. So once you are done, you will lock it as well. So now you take this one, the first one you take it down to the second one you brought in. So the first one you can just go about and what reduce the opacity a little bit. And just put it around 11 here. Alright, so let's bring in the main character. So these are the main character for this design. So we are going to start with the male first. So crop this lady house first, then size it to the waist around this area. So then check mark it. Alright, so bring this guy up here. Let's bring this here. Bring this up to here. Alright, now copy this. So go to the crop for the second one, just copy. Go to crop. Now place the frame to the second lady, and then try to reduce it as well. Let's bring this to alright, fine. So let's have something like this instead. And let's do this. Alright, cool. So let's adjust the focus on music. Let's adjust the music. So just the image. Alright, cool. So now we need to blend this sharp edge of the character. So how do we do that? We go to our shape editor, we bring in this shape, bring in something of this nature. Okay, cool. So under the fill color, go to gradient and you use this gradient map. Okay, the first handle has to be what? You make sure that it is up and down, like the gradient mapping is up and down. So the first color handle is white color, and the transparency is at 0, while the second handle is also white and transparency is also at 100. So that is the gradient color we will be using. So for you to blend this properly, just make sure what you copy this shape, you copy it as much as possible. and what we place it on top of each other so as to create the perfect blending mode. So let's quickly have that. Alright, so I've blended what we call this image. I've blended it up to that on the sharp edge. So now the next thing to do before we move out of our Pixellab is to add the last image. So let's add the last image. Alright, so let's increase the height and width to 100. So let's align it to the center. Alright, cool. So now we are done with the first part of this tutorial. We are done with the first designing stage. So the next thing is to import this design into Snapseed, where we are going to be adding the next part of this design. So let's export this out. So save as image first, then make sure it is at ultra, then save to gallery. So when this image is being rendered out, we then import this image we rendered out. We import it into Snapseed, where we are going to apply the next effect. So I'm going to see you guys in Snapseed icon, and then we are going to bring in the image just exported out. So this is it. So under the looks, once you import in, make sure it is set to accentuate. So what accentuate will do is that it's going to increase the brightness. It's going to increase the brightness of some more the more effects there. You can see that the colors are more brighter than others. So if you press that image, you can see that the color has faded out. So this will be the original. So if you use your hand, you can see that it's more pop than others. So you just click on that check mark. So now the next thing is click this pencil icon. So under this pencil icon, look for double exposure. So click on double exposure. Now you are going to have this panel. So click on the gallery icon and bring in the last image. Alright guys, so this is the last image we imported in Pixellab. This is not Pixellab. So you can't really see this image because it's faded. So let's increase the brightness. When you click on this code icon, then you increase this, then you are going to have this. So make sure the image is fitting into this shape perfectly. Alright, so try to use your finger to adjust it. So you make sure it fits into this perfectly. So once you are done, you click on that check mark. Click on the check mark. Now you can see that this image and everything is gone. So how are you going to bring back the other design, and how are you going to blend this image into the other design? So now go to this layer editor here, where you have this, then you click on view edit. So this is going to show you all the edits all the things you've added to your design. So don't forget that we added an accentuate look to the design. So what accentuate has? It has portrait, it has HDR shape, twin image details and curve. Okay, so that is the accentuate look. If we click on view edit, we have this, and we also have the double exposure. So click on that arrow mark on the double exposure, and you have this panel. So you click on this middle icon that looks like a brush. So we have a stack brush now. So once you swipe on that area of that picture we just added, it's going to show if this double exposure is set to 100. So if I swap my hand now, you can see that this image is shown, right? This image is shown. So what I need to do now is that if this brush is set to 0, that means I want to erase it off. But if it is set to 100, then it's going to show. So let's brush out this image we just added. Okay, let's brush out. Let's make it full effect. Alright, so now you can see what we have now. You can see how we have. This is looking amazing. So just click on that check mark button, and this is what we have. Okay, you can see now it's looking very, very cool. Alright, so let's click back. So let's add more details. So go to details, increase the structure to 50 or more. Then you try to increase the sharpening as well. So once you are done with that, then export it out. So once you export this out, we are going to import it back to Pixellab app, where you are going to add the last part. Then we will export it out again into the PSCC touch, where you are going to add the final the final edit to this image. So once this is done now, I'm going to see you guys in Pixellab. For me to do now is that what we need to import the last part, which is the logo, but adding the logo to the design will make it very much visible. So we have to blend that part out, which is the button. So let's go to shapes. So I'm bringing this shape. Okay, so let me just bring it here. Alright, so under the fill color, go to gradients, and also it's just like the first gradient color we have, but this time around it's now color black. Okay, it's now color black. So once you have that, just copy it again. Just copy it again and then drag it there as well. Okay, so now we have this. Now let's bring in the avatar logo now. So once we bring in the avatar logo, it's going to be more visible. Alright, so this is the avatar logo. So let's bring it in here. Let's just put it here. Alright, so let's try to align it. Alright, so now basically we are done with our Pixellab app now. So the next thing is to export it to PSCC app, where we are going to add the lens flare effect to make the design look poor. So I'll see you guys in PSCC. Here we are in PSCC Touch. So I've exported the design out in Pixellab, so I'm going to import it now into PSCC app. So click on the gallery icon. So look for the Pixellab folder. Alright, this is the design. Then click on add. So it's going to open this image out for you. So this, you can see what we have. Looking very, very sharp and detailed. Okay, so now let's add the lens flare effect so as to make this image pop. So now click on that plus icon again, then go to photo layer. Now it's going to take you back to your gallery. So this is where we are going to add a lens flare effect. So a lens flare effect is just like a glowing light effect that makes our design pop. So that is where we had it. So let's import that lens flare effect. Let's import that. Okay, let's import that. Alright, so this is our lens flare effect. Here. As you can see that it has a black area and a white light area. So we only need the light area, we don't need the black area. So I'm going to teach us how to remove that now. So just position it where you want it. You can scale it up and scale it down, anything you want. So let me just scale it down a little bit. Alright, so click on that check mark button. So once you are done, just click on this layer icon beside that plus button, and this is where you see the blend mode. So if you click on that blend mode, normally you have different options. So I'm going to tell us the difference between these three: multiply, lighting, and screen. Now if the blending mode is set to multiply, it means that the dark area is going to show while the light area is gone. As you can see now, the light area is gone, it is only showing the dark area. So if it is set to lightning, then it means that 75% of the light area is going to show, while the rest of the dark area is going to fade out. But if the blending mode is set to screen, the light area, the 100% light area is going to show, while dark area is gone. So you can see now this is what we have now. This is what we have. So let me bring this up again. So if you click on this arrow icon, then edit for it. So let me click it. Alright. So if to duplicate this lens flare, because we are going to add it to different parts, so just click on this plus icon and then duplicate layer. You can see that we have another one layer panel. So let's move that. Click on this arrow icon at the top, then you can move it. Let me put it at the top here. Let me put it at the top here. Then try to enlarge it now. Alright, so let's duplicate this first one, the first lens flare, then duplicate layer. We have this. So click on this again and put this at the third as well. Okay, so alright, so this is, you can see that So if this and you can see what we have now, the design is just like this. It's okay, but it's not giving that good look that we want. So with this lens flare effect now, what we've made design pop. Alright, so let's add the last part. Let's add some little birds to this design. So go to photo layer and then import the bird icon, bird image rather. Alright, so this are the bird image, just check mark it and you are good to go. Alright guys, so this is the end of the tutorial. So you can see that we created a movie poster using these 3 apps, which are very essential for our design. So with this you can export it out from PSCC. So how do you export out? So just click on this arrow icon and then click on save. So once it's saved, you're going to see it in your PSCC app menu. You're going to see it here. So you click on this arrow icon that lists out here, then click on save to gallery. So what do you want to save? You click on this image and then you click on OK. You can see it's publishing. So once it's done, it's going to reflect in your phone. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I believe you learned 1 or 2 things from this design. So if you are new to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and share the videos to your friends. And actually once this video, I might find this video helpful. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. And remember to always stay productive.